Hi, welcome to My Court Coach. I'm Jaylyn, and I'm going to be your instructor as we navigate through Form DV-150, Supervised Exchanges and Exchange Order. So this form is going to be attached to either your temporary restraining order, your restraining order after hearing, or your child custody and visitation order. So those forms should have already been prepared, and this is an attachment that also goes with those forms so that when the judge has your paperwork, they can just check off the boxes and do nothing more but sign their name. So you want to make this at least 3 copies since there's 3 forms, and you're going to attach it to all 3 forms. So you're going to make 1 copy for each form because they're all proposed orders, and this is an additional proposed order that would be attached to it. So name a protected person. So it could be the mom, dad, or other parent's name is the same. Other could be a legal guardian, and the court is going to order the following. So this should mirror your request for the supervised visitation and or exchange order. So parents must go to mediation. Visitation of the children is supervised. Parent to be supervised is, or the exchanges are supervised. And it could be all 3 of these boxes that are, checked off, but at least one of them must be checked off. Then the schedule of supervised visitations. All visits as provided in the schedule on Form DV-40 are to be supervised. Supervised visits shall be X amount of visits per week of a number of hours for a number of hours each, and to be arranged with the provider. Other schedule of supervised visits attached, and you would then fill out this MC025, type in DV-150, and then just other schedule. The type of provider can be a professional, so an individual or a supervised visitation center, or a non-professional. And you can actually find professional supervisors on this county's website, your local county's website, and they'll have a list of professional supervisors. So if you don't know any, you could always just go to the website and find some. And then the provider's information. Once you have picked one, you can provide their name, their telephone number, and address so that the other party knows whom to contact and where these visits might take place. And then who's going to pay for it. And it's perfectly okay that it's 100% to the alleged abuser that they go ahead and pay for. It doesn't need to be 50-50. Unless you have a feeling that the other party isn't going to exercise the visitation and you think it would be in the best interest of the children that they do exercise visitation, and you want to help that other parent out despite them being the alleged abuser, then you could split it 50-50. But our recommendation is just at least 3 weeks, hopefully this temporary restraining order, and that you guys could resolve those issues at the time of your restraining order hearing or at a later date, and that it is just best for one parent to bear those costs. And then contact with provider. So mom to contact the provider before X amount of date, or the dad can contact the provider before whatever date, or the other parent contacts the provider before X date. And so this is contacting the supervisor or the non-professional supervisor, one or the other, and they would need to do it, let's say, like by the end of the week of you filing this restraining order so that the visitations can take place. And you can't make the other party actually exercise visitations. So even though you have these orders and they don't abide by it, they could always come back and say, well, I didn't have money to actually do this, or the visitation schedule completely conflicts with my work schedule, and I just wasn't able to exercise that time. So those are somewhat defenses. I mean, at least somebody should be making some sort of effort, even if they have to take off a little bit of time from work to see their kid under supervised visitation context, then they should at least do it, at least once a week. Some time is better than no time. It always looks good if you do follow court orders, and the courts like to see that. And then if there's also other requests that you made as part of your request for supervised visitations or exchange order, then that would be listed here, and the court can either just sign off on this, or they'll scratch it out, strike it, initial it if they do not agree. If they do not agree with the other orders that you are requesting. Well, I hope that you have found this helpful, and best of luck.